Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for spending your valuable time with the Adapt 2030 channel. Collapses of societies through history, civilizations reset. What do you think $1,000 plus oil equivalent for German and French electric prices are going to do this year? Looking for the Moscow exchange, banning the use of dollars. They came across Kerch, Russia's oldest city. Can you say global liquefaction event burying Cathedral of St. John the Baptist should be flat just like this. What explains it? It's not. Underground cave cities across the planet. What explains that? Reset. Soaring gas prices hit European fertilizers. Every red dot going offline. UK economy 11% down. Worse than 1709. And when you see cloud tops like this, perhaps there's more cycle in the cycle, magnetic field intertwining of the economic and civilization reset. And if we do look back at the boneyard of civilizations collapsed, apexes. But if you do search around the globe, you will find again and again instances of underground cities, caves carved out of rocks, people fleeing plasma discharges. And there would have been much easier ways to build, especially with wood structures. Living in a straw hut. Vardzia, Republic of Georgia. I've been wanting to go to this area for such a long time, but as we see the world spinning from east to west and west to east, Guyaju in China, also cave houses. Derinyanku is the famous one in Turkey, but wherever you look across this planet, we see it. So what is it with the civilization resets that seem to be on a looping cycle? Antiquity shows us vast empires rising and falling clockwork style. We're at it again. So as we look at the electrical prices here in Europe, $1,000 equivalent barrel of oil, rationing already. There's no way economically for that EU continent economic bloc to survive this winter, which will then cascade to the rest of the planet. Are you ready for that? You have about a month left or less to get ready. And as I'd reported over the last 3 weeks, record pricing, and yet again it breaks and smashes the all-time record pricing. People were shaking their heads, slamming their fists on the table. It can't be at 700. And now more than 1,000 USD equivalent for German power base load. That is economic destruction 101 there. 1,400 euro now. That's unaffordable for almost everybody. That brings their power pricing into 15 to 18x what it was a year ago. So I would ask you, as the American consumer, if in the United States, our power bills have doubled, what if it were to go 18x? What would you be able to run this winter? And the French power prices surged, even a higher record in France. That was around 650 just a few days ago. And as we see, it dropped off for a minute, but then it's back up, 850 plus. There's a secret diet that many celebrities, CEOs, athletes, and 12.9 million other American Jews. It's the keto diet, and it's considered an efficient way to reach weight loss goals, increase energy levels, and enhance mental focus. That's why I switched to this amazing keto powder. It helps increase ketone levels in the body without the strict rules associated with a traditional keto diet. So results like boosted metabolism come sooner for me. Each order comes with a free ebook, the top 14 ketogenic foods. Increase the level of ketones in your body sooner with this information. 3 times better than coconut oil, butter, or MCTs. Adapt with keto.com, notorious for selling out. But as of the making of this video, back in stock. Take 51% off your order by going to adaptwithketo.com or click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. And then we need to add in the biggest housing bubble ever. According to U.S. Census Bureau, Zillow, and Case Shiller, we are going to drop off the cliff. And with the mortgages that were adjustable, just like we saw in 2007 and 8, there's going to be another complete wipeout of real estate. But don't worry, BlackRock will be there to pick it up at a thousandth of a cent on the dollar. UK shrank 11% in 2020, worse since 1709. So we are going back in 300-year economic cycles here. And when we're looking at the substitution of gas for wood heating purposes in private households from Germany to Hungary to Poland, we have a huge problem. Something has definitely shifted where green policies will now be thrown to the wind because hungry people are angry people, but cold and hungry people are the angriest of people. History does repeat, and it looks like somebody's aware of that. So off of Bloomberg, goodbye to hot showers and street lights. Here's how Europe's slashing energy use. Spain to Finland, they're going to lower your room temperatures automatically. Smart meters, thank you very much. Such a technological jump and breakthrough. Water temperatures, oh, smart meter water heater, same thing. Dim the lights, turn them off, no street lights. So how much do you think that's really going to save in terms of electrical usage across the countries or the EU itself? Reminds me of that junk shot that they tried with the BP oil spill back in the day in the Gulf of Mexico. They threw a bunch of golf balls and literal junk trying to say, we're going to plug it up with this. But they had some of the highest pressures ever recorded out of an oil well in the head there coming out, and somehow golf balls were going to stop it up. Sounded good at the moment. Junk shot. This is the junk shot for electricity across the EU. And with all this economic devastation coming into Europe, America, it is our turn. Moscow Exchange banning the use of dollars as collateral from August 29th. And as Russia goes, so do the others in the BRICS trading bloc, which will also be ceasing with the use of dollars. That's a distant early warning. Look for the next one to drop in September, which will be the beginning of the end of the dollar as we know it. And then trying to dig deeper into this news article, I instantly came across Kerch because of the bridge that's linking Crimea. And that's Russia's oldest city. Incredible architecture. And let's just skip politics for a minute and just do straight history here. Can we lay the politics aside? I want to go to 450, 500 years ago, Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. Caught my attention right away was the guardrail dipping down into an underground area there. So I did a little research. I found some better photos straight away. That was buried under mud. The ground level would have been where that third set of windows is, above the arches. As you can see, the doorway where the previous entry to the right, green glass, was exactly that same straight line that was previously the ground. Now, who in their right mind would build like that with facades that are supposed to be exposed for the beauty that they are? Let's compare some non-buried cathedrals. They would be flat just like this. Something buried that cathedral. Global liquefaction event, which is another type of reset magnetically on our planet. The crust oozes like toothpaste for a small period of time. Things are buried anywhere from 10 to 30 feet. We dig out, we start over. Soaring gas prices hit European fertilizers and chemicals. Now this should be the chart here that will make you have nightmares this evening. Every red triangle is a major producer from ammonia or fertilizer itself or urea or something involved in the farming industry. That is the input to make your food grow. And a simplified look at just these red triangles alone means the fertilizer shortages next year's planting season will be so gargantuan that if we were to even reach 50% of global ag yields next year, I would be surprised. So a specific example here, Azoty, Polish fertilizer producer, they're ceasing all production because of record gas prices. Now we'll only start production again when the gas price decreases enough for them to be profitable. But the look as it is now, that's going to be a year out or more. And a bit further down in the Bloomberg article, it's the second biggest producer of mineral fertilizers in the entire EU. Not to be outdone, BASF cutting ammonia production, but we saw that a red triangle earlier on the map. This is so game-changing that there will need to be a new game invented or named to describe this game changer. You can't shut down this much chemical and fertilizer production without the world going into a famine. Pure and simple. There's no other way to really rephrase it. Now, with the high energy prices and spiking food coming into this winter, it's going to set the world into a chaotic mess at best, a chaotic vibration. But looking back in history and stories of those that feed on this type of fear, vibration, it'll be the largest feeding trough in human history because there'll be the most of us on the planet if something were to feed off that vibration. But bring us into 2023. That's why I'm saying, please order your seeds now. Please get your farming implements, shovels, tools, anything you need for gardening right now. It's not going to be there. People are going to wake up all at the same time and run for these same exact supplies. I've covered this in many videos. There'll be 40 million American households wanting to buy everything that they can get to start a garden and maintain it. From the wire to the post, to the tools, to the seeds, to the hoses, to the irrigation, to the drip systems, or the timers if anybody wants to go a little bit higher level. That is all going to be gone. 40 million households will want it, but currently American stocks are around 1 million households of available product. I mean, 39 million households will go without. And if we don't have the fertilizers, you're going to have to start getting ready to biocompost your own and learn what that whole process is. So when these leaves come down, in about a month or two, depending on where you are in the US, save as many of those leaves as you can, start piling them up to get them to compost, start saving all of your yard waste, all your clippings that you pull off the mower. You're going to have to start bringing this whole nitrogen cycle back in again to understand the fertilizer cycle. JDAM is a good one out of Korea, JDAM. Probably one of the best that I've seen so far in taking what you have around your house to turn it into high activity fertilizers, microbial activity, and building your soils in a very, very short period of time. We are at the end of the civilization as we understand it right now. There's really no soft way to say it. The civilization is in the process of collapse, and our planet is under bankruptcy proceedings and being liquidated at the moment, which takes you into a whole nother realm of things if you ever watch the movie Jupiter Ascending. That'll be for the next video. Because in addition to the economic collapse inbound, we have a magnetic field collapse that is also going to affect jet streams and cloud cells and the productivity of farming on our Earth. Which brings me to mysterious chapters of history. Tartaria right there on the globe. This came from the chambers of Romanov Boyars, famous 17th century cartographer, meaning in the 1600s. What is that vast empire of Tartaria? Remnants above, erased below. You can find thousands of pictures just like this. Were those lightning rods, or were they something different, etheric, electric gathering devices? And speaking of the 15 and 1600s, we're supposed to believe this giant was carved out of a single granite block. Anyway, that's the way history is framed for us. So I'd ask you, are you ready to experience prolonged food shortages? They're coming. They're here. The domino effect ongoing. You might want to think about storable foods. My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030. Now save $250 on a 3-month emergency food kit. The lowest price in 3 years. That link's in the description box below. I do thank you for watching. Hope you got something out of the video, and I'll see you next time.